Hi, hey. Welcome to Port Decisions Show. My name is Anna,
And hi, Anissa, you know me.
and we are back with another episode this week. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been okay. I've been busy. I've been running from every pillar to post in London, which has which has been a thing for me. How's your week been?
It's been okay, actually. You know, when you say you've been running, I didn't think you were going to say pillar to post. I didn't know what you could say you could be running from, but considering on this show you've spoken about like running
run
away
from
from squirrels,
squirrels.
I'm thinking it's like a new animal. I'm thinking
No, I have been like all over London all week,
Mm-hmm.
and that itself has just been a bit of a. It's just been like it hasn't been a relaxing week. Not that weeks are meant to be relaxing, but mine has not been.
a little,
just.
some of them. No,
Yeah.
mine's been okay. I haven't been well really, and I am quite congested, and my voice is quite hoarse. So it feels like I feel like I've got like a very deep and sultry voice today.
Oh, one exciting thing that did happen to me this week is my first ever DJ mix. Well, my official mix, I would say.
Your official mix, girl.
Was aired on BBC One Extra on Monday.
Well done, honey.
It was for a thank you. It was for a Mixtape Madness takeover of BBC One Extra that night of the Sean Anderson show, and I was really excited because, as you know, I learnt to DJ last summer, and then
I can't believe it's only like roughly like a year ago.
yeah, it's only been basically like a year, and had got decks, and then did a Christmas party, and that was about that. Like this year, it was good. This year, as the year has gone through, like I have been like touching it every now and then, but I have never put out like a mix. So I was excited when the opportunity came round. The mix went well, and I've received so much like love and everything. Even Sean Anderson was commenting on my Instagram saying,
"Oh, that's
like,
really
everything was
good.
nice."
Honestly, I love that.
So I'm just really glad that everybody liked the mix, and if you want to listen to it, head over to my Instagram and then link in bio and all that good stuff. But yeah.
It's a bomb mix. It's the best mix.
Anything great happened to you this week? Or not great, but just anything of noteworthy?
Nothing happened to me per se. I tried a vegan recipe, and trust me, oh my gosh, that just didn't go well. It didn't go well.
I'm not like a vegan hater, but like if you say vegan to me, I already don't want it.
Actually, I wouldn't say truly vegan because it still had meat in it. But basically, what I meant like is like vegan in the aspect of like dairy free. So basically,
So did you just say you tried a dairy free recipe? Shouldn't you just said that?
I guess so, but I'm still making it off of the basis of the vegan menu, but just adding my meat instead of the tofu or the soy or the whatever, basically.
Okay.
So I wanted to make a rasta pasta, but obviously I don't have dairy or whatever. So I thought I'm gonna do a vegan rasta pasta, which was all the rage. You know, you Google it, there's millions of recipes or whatever. One of the common things they were saying for me to do the vegan rasta pasta is that I needed like, they were saying either to use like oat milk or cashew milk. But my thing is, I've had like, for all my non-dairy people, I've had like an oat milk alternative to like cream, and I can still taste the oat. So for me, I'm not thinking about I was thinking I'm not going to use the oat milk because I already know
Yeah, you
that
already tasted.
and then I've never really had cashew and all this milk like that, so I don't know how strong the peanut taste is. So they were saying, okay, just use coconut milk or whatever. And you know I don't like coconut, but I'm thinking
I hate coconut.
the recipes that I'm seeing is like you can't even taste the coconut. So I'm thinking, okay,
People lie when it comes to coconut.
oh my gosh, people lie. They lie. Anyway, I made the rasta pasta, whatever. Everything was fine or whatever. As it's finished, I can just smell the coconut off the pot. Like I can smell it. One, because I've got like hyper smell or whatever, and I hate coconut. It makes me gag or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I taste the food. The first thing I taste is coconut, but within like half a second, I taste everything else, and everything else is amazing. It's banging. It's bomb. However, I can't get over the coconut
taste.
Like I can't get over it. I'm like heaving. I'm gagging. I couldn't even eat like a lot. Like I had the smallest plate, and like even this morning, like normally I'm a leftover queen. I love leftovers, all that stuff, whatever. I just throw it away. I cannot take the coconut.
Did your partner like it?
He loved it, obviously.
Even with the coconut taste?
Because to a normal person, I don't think they would have tasted the coconut the way that I did. I think they taste like hints, basically. It'd be like, oh, maybe there's some coconut in it. But me, who do not like coconut.
Fair.
And to me, like, I should have known better, because coconut is one of those overpowering things.
Oh yeah,
and like
it's like yeah. Go ahead.
Is that banana?
I was going to say ginger. I was going to say like a little bit like ginger. Like, you know, you just put a little in.
Ginger, coconut.
Even
banana.
garlic at times. If you put a little bit too much garlic,
yeah, but I feel like with garlic, you have to put like tons of it. Like, I feel like any little bit of like coconut or ginger taste. Do you know what I mean? And for me, my point is like, this is why I hate following recipes online. They make it look so good. Oh, it's so creamy. Oh, it's so delicious. It's so X, Y, and Z. And then I'm left with the coconut. And I
listen, I'll tell you who the worst is at that. It's like TikTok recipes. They will like, because it's a visual, like they'll show it and be like, it looks so amazing. But like, you know, when you have it and you're just like, this is nothing. So I'm sorry, love. I would say try a rasta pasta without the coconut, but I know your partner would be able to suffice. But if you need to come to my house to cook it, you can and try.
I don't know. It put me off. It's, you know, one of those things that once you make it, like, do you know what it reminds me of? Like, do you remember in food tech when we had to make those like cheese biscuits? Oh, that gave me food poisoning. And every time I think about it, I gag.
Do you know what? And it should have been a winning combination, because I love cheese and like a biscuit. Yeah, the biscuit. So it really...
You remember what I'm talking about?
I very much remember it. So it should have been a winning combo. It's actually, I'm saying that it wasn't.
But that's not going to stop me from following recipes. I love Whip It Up J.
I was about to say, who the heck is Whip It Up?
Follow Whip It Up J. He's got some banging recipes and air fryer recipes for all my air fryer.
Can I ask where Whip It Up J is from?
With a name like Whip It Up J, where do you think Whip It Up J is from?
Houston or Atlanta?
I don't know where, but it's somewhere around about
in America. Yeah,
but you know what? Whip It Up J, because he's helped me on my air fryer journey. But yeah,
I don't have an air fryer, and you know I don't want one.
Girl, the thing is with the air fryer is I was really into it in the beginning, and it is like quick when you like want to be mess free. However, I can't be bothered sometimes. Mine's just small. That's why I think if I got a bigger one, I'd be more.
Oh, do you know what? Maybe fair, because we're gonna say like I just.
But yeah, that's what's happened to me this week. I wouldn't say it's interesting, but yeah, that's what's happened to me.
Lovely week.
The coconut. Absolute yuck.
I've had a complete mind blank. What was it that you wanted to?
I don't want to feel like I'm rambling or venting. I don't want to feel like
because I couldn't. Sorry, my mind just blank.
Tis the season.
Oh, to be jolly, la 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 la. I thought you were gonna start singing as well.
No, I wasn't. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not.
La 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 la.
Although I was thinking before I came that I need to set up. Well, not set up, but I need to like figure out all the Christmas markets that I want to go to and like pin week by week. I'm trying to do a London tour.
Same, but you know I sent you one that's happening next week.
Yeah, but I sent you one this week as well. I sent you one yesterday. I sent one today.
The Blacks. I mean, like the Blacks. I mean, it was the Black Christmas market.
Yeah,
with the
Blacks.
Yeah, I'm going pinned down. Sorry, Black sounds racist. It's not. I'm black. It's not racist. But yeah, no. I have that, but that one falls after the other one that I sent.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's a new one every week.
Okay, so Poor Decisions on Christmas market tour, people. Oh yeah, that's what's happening.
Love a Christmas market.
Yeah, go ahead.
My whole point is Christmas party season, and I love a Christmas party at work, mainly because one, they're free. Two, I love a good Christmas dinner, and I mean like a traditional English Christmas dinner, because normally Christmas everything is Jamaican, so it's not like you're gonna get an English Christmas dinner. So this is
we never have turkey ever,
even though I still don't get turkey when I do Christmas dinner anyway. But my thing is that it's my one time to get like the English Christmas dinner. However, I prefer sit down meal and not buffet. And my staff Christmas dinner this year is that buffet.
Baddie.
Not buffet baddie. And so I was like, what? What's happening? I'm not here for Christmas buffet. And it made me start to think about all the work Christmas parties I've been to. Best, worst, and in between. But I'll let you start.
Well, this is the thing. I was with you until you said at work. Like, I like a Christmas party in general, but I don't like work Christmas parties. I like Christmas parties that you do with like your friends and things like that. Like those are the Christmas parties I enjoy. I don't really enjoy a work Christmas party.
Really, not to pull the cracker and get to know your friends. Not friends, but like colleagues. Do you know what I mean? Work colleagues. Okay, stop it.
It's not about like not wanting to get to know. It's just I'm like it's not my vibe. That's the best way to explain it. And I've never liked Christmas parties, especially themed ones. I can't tell you how many Great Gatsby themed work Christmas parties I have been to, and every single time I want to lose my nut. And the reason why is because it's like, I'm so sorry, I don't like the Great Gatsby theme. I love a theme and I love a costume. I don't like the Great Gatsby theme. But I think it's so dead.
I don't even think that theme complements Christmas for me. I'm not thinking Christmas and Great Gatsby.
Like at least
it's not marrying for
at
me.
least maybe like an ugly Christmas sweater vibe, but like Great Gatsby, it's like heck to the nah, basically. So I'm not so I don't. So basically, I hate the themes. I never drink at work dues.
Never.
I'll only I'll order one drink and only drink about halfway, just because. Sorry, I'm not drinking alcohol with people at work. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think that's risky.
It's not because I think no, but that's the thing.
Not
I don't
for like you personally, but just in general.
Yeah, I don't think it's because I'm gonna be caught doing something or saying something. It's just like, no, we just don't need to do that. So that's like my energy. But I have had an awful Christmas party, but I feel like awful's a strong word, because I haven't liked any of them, and I usually only stay. I usually only stay for 5 to 20 minutes, and then I'm left. But this one I stayed for about 3 hours, and that was the longest and only time. And after that, I said, "Yeah, never again."
Okay, then why was this one different that you're staying for X amount of hours?
Well, because I got caught up into a drama llama, and so it was just there.
Please tell me this drama had nothing.
Well, first of all, guys,
please.
No,
because it's the people will say mix up.
They're gonna say that I'm mix up, but I'm not mix up. First of all, I didn't know this, but work Christmas parties are notorious for cheating.
Yeah,
that's where all the cheaterization is happening. And you know, naive me didn't realize this is what the cheaterization was going on. But first, I'll say actually it's funny because I actually just did a story time for my YouTube about why I don't like Christmas parties. So it's crazy that
I want to hear that.
You wanted to talk about Christmas parties. Well, I basically tell this story, but I go a bit more in depth. But anyway, I don't even know
on edge now.
I don't even know where to start, so I'm just going to keep
nervous.
it. Okay, say there was in my story time, I called him Steve, so let's just call him Steve. Basically, I was new to this workplace, had only been there for a couple of weeks. Anyway, long story short, I'd met one of the guys from another department named Steve. I wasn't checking for Steve. I'm not one of those people that wants to meet a man at work. Like, it's not my vibe. Anyway, and also,
I met my man at work.
Yeah, sorry, girl. And also, Steve was like 15 years older than me. And I know people like to date older men. It's just not my. I keep saying it's just not my vibe, but it's just.
I mean, 15 years is pretty steep.
And at this time, I was not my age now, so I just felt like it was a no.
It was too big of a jump.
It was a no, dog. It's a no now. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
If I was with a man 15 years older, he'd be like in his 40s now. Like, no, dog. It's an absolute no. Anyway, he would be in his 40s.
Sorry, I had to do the calculation.
I know, I have to look forever 21. Anyway, so it was just like a complete no, basically. Anyway, but so you see Steve like bump into the kitchen. You used to just have general chat because you're getting to know people at work, especially if you just started. Anyway, long story short, I don't know. Steve would always give a little bit weird energy, but I just thought I don't know Steve, so it's not a thing. Then it's the Christmas party. This is probably my 3rd week there. They decide as the Christmas party is in this like, I don't want to call it a hall, but it's like a hall.
Okay.
And we're doing like a sit down dinner and a dancey thing. Anyway, they decide that they're going to take us on a minibus to the hall. This is all bizarre. But it was like a proper minibus because it was like the row of 3 and then the row of 1. And then
that's real minibus.
Anyway, but the row of 3 was small. Like, it was tiny, basically.
Compact.
Yeah, so I sat and say my colleague Jessica sat, and me and Jessica are sitting on the 3. But even us on the 3, and I'm not that wide. Like, there wasn't that much space. Steve comes and fasts his ass up on this 3 with me and Jessica, and he's proper like squeezing into us, which we both thought, okay, this was weird. But I'm thinking Jessica knows him longer than I have because she's been here. So anyway, we're just having conversation on this ride. Steve is, every time like a question's going up, he's completely ignoring Jessica and basically like wanting to know my answer. So Jessica could be like, the sky was red this morning, and he'd be like, Anissa, what colour do you think the sky is? I'd be like, if Jessica said it was a red, it was a red. Like, I wasn't thinking too much about it. So that was already weird vibes in the bus. As we're getting off the bus, me and Jessica like, what's Steve's problem? Like, the energy's crazy. Anyway, we get into the hall. We're sitting at different tables from Steve. We're just enjoying our meal. Halfway through the meal, Steve comes over, sits on his seat, proceeds to drag his chair to be close to mine, like close, like we're sitting close. And it's just like really like leaning into me, talking to me. So I'm just like, you like lean back, basically, like, no, thank you. Steve then sees me leaning back and decides that him sitting in his chair close to me wasn't enough, that he now needs to sit on the same chair as me. So at this point, right, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the heck on Heckington is going on? But I'm new to the company. At this point, I was fairly young, so I didn't feel like I could be vocal about certain things, so I didn't, basically. So basically, I kind of just said to Steve, like, no, you can't fit on my chair, like, it's fine. But Steve is pushing his hips, basically, to get on my chair. No, I don't know. Like, yes, child, I was sitting on the slither of the chair. I don't know why I stayed on that slither of the chair with Steve, and Steve's, like, probably leaning into me on this shared chair, and I was just like, no, this is too much. So I get up, decide I'm going on the dance floor. The songs weren't that great, but they played a little garage. So I was there for the Garage Nation. Anyway, I'm on the dance floor. They start to play a little bit of Rihanna. Who do I feel behind me but Steve? Steve is trying to come behind me, like this is like bump and grind.
Oh, so like what? Like as if you're going to like
as if I'm going to start whining, basically. So Steve comes behind me to start doing bump and grind, like this is Passa Passa volume 76. So obviously I jump, like what the heck are you doing, basically? And Steve's like, oh no, it's fine. I'm thinking, no, but remember, I'm completely sober because I don't drink.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe Steve is drinking too much because this is getting weird. It's getting weird, in the words of Nini. Anyway, I decide to go and sit at somebody else's table and talk to some other colleagues. Steve follows me to the table. And then it's like, I'm running to different places in the Christmas party. Steve is running to different places in the Christmas party to get after me, basically. It was getting really strange.
It's very concerning.
It's wildly concerning. So at this point, I just go into the bathroom because I'm hiding from Steve. Jessica comes in and is like, Anissa, like, where have you been? I'm like, basically this is what's happening with Steve. She was basically having the same situation with another member of staff.
I was about to say.
And so we were both like, this is too much. Like, it's time for us to go home because this is just getting ridiculous. So we both basically then just left. So the next day, basically, I go into work and everyone's like, oh, what's going on with you and Steve?
Oh, no, that's not
so
cool.
I'm like,
that's not cool.
Nothing's going on with me and Steve. You guys were really close at the Christmas party.
That is not cool.
I was like, no, we were not. Like, I'm trying to be firm. So then the more people that come up to me, like, imagine like you're walking down a road and every 2 seconds you're getting stopped. Everyone in the office is stopping me, talking to me about Steve. I'm like, nothing is going on between me and Steve.
Like that.
And some girl was like, oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good because he's married, you know? And I was like, I didn't know he was married because I don't know Steve. And she was like, yeah, he's married and he's about to go on paternity leave. His baby's due in 2 weeks.
That has zero to do with you and everything to do with Steve.
Can you say it again? But I'm standing there like in shock because I'm thinking to myself, this married man with a baby on the way is pressing me in public at the work. Dude, like, this is too much. And I then was like, okay. So I was like, okay, everyone knows at this point that he's married, has a baby on the way because they all have worked there. I've only just brand new there. So I was like, okay, now people think I'm some sort of home wrecking whore at the Christmas party. I was like, nothing is going on between me and Steve. What you guys saw was completely out of context. He was trying to get close to me. It's not a thing. Like, basically left it at that. Anyway, he went on pat leave. When we all came back for the new year, things were fine. But that's when Steve started sending me the secret emails telling me expressing how much he appreciated the way my body looked. But that is a story for another day. The long story short of it was I guess you basically call it harassment.
This is very concerning.
Yeah.
Everything you said is very
Well,
concerning.
that's what I'm saying to you. The experience that I had with Steve made me say, I'm not going to Christmas parties because this is the foolishness that starts to happen. Maybe other people are consenting to this kind of stuff, but it's not for me. Steve's behavior grew to be more concerning, and I ended up having to raise it with my manager, but it was like a thing. But after that, I said, I'm not going to Christmas parties because me minding my nice ass business, Steve wanting to do some sort of cheaterization and harassment, had people in the office talking, saying things were going on between me and this man that absolutely were not. So that's why. Sorry, it was an awful story and a long story, guys, but that was the story as to why I don't do Christmas parties.
Almost feel a little bit like traumatized after it.
Oh my gosh, sorry. I don't mean to traumatize
No, but like,
people.
are you okay? It's not like you traumatized me, but like, it felt like that's like harassment. Like,
Well,
are you okay?
This is what the thing was. This is what the thing was. Again, I said I was quite younger, and this Steve like has been in the company. Not only he was also a team leader, so like he managed a team, and I just think like I just was trying to not put too much weight on it. Like I was just trying to avoid the situation. So the Christmas party itself was like, okay, this energy was weird, and I thought the energy was weird. Maybe he was drunk. And then I didn't like what everybody else said about it afterwards. That was my biggest problem. But Steve's behavior then was what became unsettling to me, that this wasn't just drunk at a Christmas party. This was sober minds do sober crazy things. So that was like, that's a story for another day. But I was fine. But after that, I just said like, why am I going to Christmas parties where I don't enjoy the music, I don't enjoy the food, I hate the Great Gatsby themes? There's no reason for me to be there, especially if I'm gonna get muddled up in other people's cheaterizations. So I ain't going.
Oh damn! Oh my gosh!
Sorry, love.
Oh my gosh! Damn! Damn! I mean, I'm glad that you're okay now. I mean, I
don't remember I came home and told you, but I think I was just like, easy going about it, which anyway.
Yeah, but I can understand why you would have been like that at the time. Now looking back, being much older, it's like, what the hell? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
like,
also shame on those who were in the office. Like, no offense.
Well, I guess from maybe their perception, it looked different. But sorry, I don't even care whether it looked a certain way or not. Do you think I'm ever joking about a married man? Like, no, not doing it. Damn. So it's a no. Have you had any bad Christmas parties?
I mean, I still feel low-key.
I didn't mean to shake you up, Anna.
It's okay.
Sorry, Anna.
Christmas parties. Well, I've been to a few Christmas parties, obviously. I don't think I've had any worse in the on the Richter scale like you have had. There are like memorable Christmas parties that have like stuck out to me.
Like memorable in a good way.
I would say half and half. I would say I remember when I was working in a shoe store, early 20s maybe.
I don't even know what you're gonna say, but I already know how much of a mess this shoe store was.
Yeah, the shoe store was a mess. That was another. Never mind. I'm not getting to it. So I was working in the shoe store, and all the shoe stores were coming together for this big Christmas party, whatever. So everyone in the shoe store that I worked in, we all got ready, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
We go to the place, and this is where I fell in love with mojitos, by the way, because they were only doing
this is the crime.
They were only doing select drinks that were free.
Yeah.
And one of it was a raspberry mojito. And listen, they banged. And if you have mojitos, like anyone knows who drinks mojitos, they're like so like refreshing. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a very strong alcoholic drink. So the time you've knocked out 4 or 5 mojitos, do you know what I mean? It's going to creep up on you. So
when you say refreshing, I always think of toothpaste, but go ahead. Because of the mint.
No. Anyway, I do. Anyway. So I just remember I was licking back the mojitos. I believe some other drinks. I have no clue. But what I do know is that I was sick in the toilet. Like I was proper sick, not like, oh, a little sick. I was an absolute mess in the toilet. Some girl that I worked with was helping me, in her words, quote unquote, holding my weave as I was sick. Like, it was just horrendous. I remember being sick in the thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I wake up, my eyes open, I'm not at home.
Oh, this is the Christmas party where I got the call from your work colleagues.
There you go.
Telling me that they were sending you home in a cab because you've fallen all the way off. I'm waiting up for hours, guys, and I've yet to see her. I don't know where she is.
Wake up. I'm like, where am I? Turn to the right. I see Persian rugs on the floor.
Do you know what this story sounds like? Because you woke up and saw Persian rugs on the floor.
And the reason why I know it's Persian rugs is because my friend was Persian or whatever, and it was his house that I was in. So I raise up out of the bed because it's just me also in the room. I think, what the hell's going on? So I walk out, and like across his room is the living room. I walk into the living room. There is passed out another guy from work, passed out on the couch, not even the person whose home it is, passed out on the couch, semi-clothed. He has his underwear on, but he looks a wreck. I'm like, what the hell is going on at this point? I go into the bathroom. To be sick again. I grabbed my stuff and I ran out there. I meant ran like I stole something. I just ran. I ran out there, got on the bus. It was early as well. I think this was like, it had to be like 6 or 7 or whatever when I was doing all these shenanigans because I still had to be in work for the next day. By the way. Well, the day, basically. I get home, I get in the bath, I managed to pull myself together. My phone is really crazy. It's my Persian friend. He's like, where the hell are you? I went into the room, you're not there, basically. And I'm like, I'm at home. Like, I ran out the house to get it, whatever. And when I got to work, everyone's like, are you okay? Like, are you alive? What the hell happened?
Because the crazy thing is, you're not even a drinker like that. You don't.
That is the... I'm just thinking about that's the first and last time I've ever been blackout drunk like that because I didn't like the feeling. Oh no, wait, am I wrong?
I was thinking, wasn't there a time when I was away at work where you had got really drunk with them lot at a day party?
Oh yeah, I lied.
Twice. That's what I didn't want to say. That's twice in my life. I didn't want to have to give up too many specifics. Like, really? Okay, well, again, I wasn't there, but I got a call.
But there you go. Twice in my life, because if you know me, one, I don't even like to drink like that. And when I was younger, I wasn't a big drinker. So I'd drink a few, whatever. But let me tell you something. I felt so shame in work the next, like on the day, like next day, whatever.
Yeah.
I felt so shame because everyone's like, "Are you okay? Okay." And the girl was holding my weaves to wear. Oh, I was holding your weave and all this stuff, and I just felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to drink like that again. And I've never been to a Christmas party. So every time I go to a Christmas party now, I don't even drink. It's not because like, oh, I can't control myself.
Yeah.
It really is because I'm just like, I don't need to be acting a fool in front of these people. Because one thing about Christmas parties is people are on this disguise of, oh, let's let loose. Everyone's going to relax. We're going to get to know each other. What people are doing is collecting notes for banter in the office the next day, fam.
That's not even notes for banter in the office, but it's almost like they're keeping it in your character bank. So it's like, oh yeah, he's a good guy, but oh, he's this, he does this, and he does that. Like that is literally it. Listen, never be a victim of office gossip because I promise you, it's hard to get out of that office gossip cycle. Once something, you know what they say? Like I think Charlemagne always says it. The lies always more entertaining than the truth. So people, even if it's not true, hold on to that piece of office gossip and they prefer it than the actual reality because they like it. It's sensational.
I don't think I've ever had an office gossip story about me, to be honest. I know that the people used to chat me. They did, especially the shoe store. Chat me or whatever, and a few people called me a bitch, and it's okay, whatever.
Oh, I know as a Fendi fact that lots of my workplaces people were chatting me because I felt like I feel like compared to the rest of them in the office, my character was like polarizing, although in general it isn't. And the reason why I'll say that is, you know, I wouldn't say I'm a dramatic babe, but I do have a dramatic finesse at times.
You've got that like powerful energy.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're sad, the room feels it.
Yes. And I'm a passionate person, so I only deal with everything in extremes.
Oh, child, we know.
And but in general, I'm like the only person that looks like me. I try out different hairstyles. You know, I'm really set into my own opinion. I felt as if anything I did or said garnered a lot of attention from everybody else in the office. And so, unfortunately, that's what I said. I know these people were talking about me because I had many a run-in due to differences of characters. Not like horrific run-ins, but I'm not going to stand for certain things, or if I ain't doing it that way, it's not happening.
Well, like thinking about like the office or whatever, I wouldn't say like in the offices that I've worked in the places that I worked in, I don't think I was like maybe like as polarizing as you might have been, but there were definitely times where I clearly thought I was the moment. I was giving them the moment. I remember we took like a staff Christmas picture, basically, and we had posted it on like the little board in our office. I then got a pen and circled my face and put Beyonce on it, and I put the rest of them as Destiny Child. I clearly lost my damn mind. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought like I was the best of the best, the top of the top.
You was thinking the right thing, girl.
I was like, I'm Beyonce, you know, I'll just back up for me. I don't know what the hell was going through my mind. But in that office though, that you were particular Beyonce. Workplace, I was moving crazy. I was moving crazy, I think. But I was young then.
I just do mad things as well. Like on one of the walls in our office, we had it as a countdown for my birthday. Like, do you know how nuts that is?
I love it because this same office with the Beyonce is the same office I made celebrate my half birthday. Do you know what, Anna? That is clearly so reckless.
Clearly, you know,
that's so reckless.
Clearly, we are actually the issue at times.
And that particular office or whatever, I'm not give too much about this workplace or whatever, but they had like the pastry chef make me all these pastries, like real decadent and expensive, honey.
Very decadent.
The gingerbread that I love. At that time, I was obsessed with the all butter flapjacks from Marks and Spencer's. They had all
like
they were treating me well, you know, treating me too good. And I'm thinking, there is no way that right now in my life, some 22-year-old can bop up into the office making all these demands, acting this crazy. And I'm like, oh, yes. I don't know what those people are on. I don't know how they could continue with me.
And Anna, that's exactly what I was... Now, in hindsight, I'm just like, are these people crazy? Like, I would have never even paid you any mind about it. But at the same time...
No mind.
It's like how when we used to get in trouble in college. I don't feel like I've ever called for attention. I just feel like people are so into what the hell is going on over her that they have focused their eyes. That what I said is when we were in our psychology college class,
that's what
we got put on academic probation for apparently disrupting our class, and I actually found that ridiculous personally, because we never spoke to people. We spoke to people in the class, but not during the class. We would speak to each other, and everybody else in the class was so nosy that they'd be listening to our conversation. So really, we felt like our privacy was being violated. However, we were the ones then targeted and put on academic probation. But that teacher was a hater because she wanted to pull us off that A level so that we wouldn't do it because people are listening to our conversations in class.
You know how mad
she's such a hater.
I'm not even going to tangent on her. Do you know how mad she is? Remember that time we were looking at that study, those twin studies, and we said, "Oh, are they Australian?" And she let loose. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And she's like, "Why do you think they're acting as if we said something racist?" And we must have said, "Oh no, we just felt like it was Australia or something, like something dumb." And she traumatized me. But you know what? Bad teachers is for another day. Like we could really get into that topic.
She was a mess, especially when I felt as if we did many things to help out that class.
Oh, too many things.
I felt like we gave her resources for the lessons and things that she could use, and she clearly was unappreciative. But that is a story for another day. You know what I mean? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
So before I came, I watched your Cancun part 2 vlog.
Yes.
Although I was barely in it.
You're missing. We went to Mexico in the summer on holiday. It was our second time to Mexico. And we had a great time. And I was obviously vlogged to the whole thing. So you can watch it on YouTube. But I put the part 1 out pretty fairly quickly after we'd come back, and the part 2 is taking me months to get out.
Gosh,
but I finally put it out this morning. But part 2, Anissa is nowhere. I think Anna's in it for all of 10 seconds, and it's a 20-minute vlog.
Probably. You see the back of me for a little bit. This is the back of me. But it got me thinking. I really loved that holiday. I really did love Mexico.
Loved it.
I love the food. I love the heat.
Tequila.
I love the drinks. All inclusive. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
Resort life, baby.
Resort life, baby. I love resort life.
But I love
also
tequila.
like excursions.
I love the tequila. I love the culture. I loved it all.
And it started
I love to practice my Spanish.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I'm not gonna get into although, sorry, this is a side note from before we get to the holiday stuff. I was thinking about downloading Duolingo because Dubai Bling makes me now want to learn Arabic.
Oh, do you know what? Yes, because like sometimes Ibrahim was like, I can't say it.
Yalla. And I'm like, yalla. I want to know what this means.
And obviously you can read the subtitles to see what it means, but the fluency, the fluency's banging, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm that's probably gonna be one of my New Year's goals. But yeah, I was thinking worst and best holidays. And I don't think actually I've got top two
for worst.
Top two worst holidays, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
For different reasons though.
Okay.
One of them I wasn't considered a worst holiday. The circumstance I didn't like. But the worst holiday I'll say is must have been 19 or 20 at the time. We had booked a holiday to Greece.
Oh,
in April.
I knew you were gonna.
Let me tell you something, people.
You were going
Do
to
not
say
book a holiday to Greece outside of the holiday season. Do not do it.
I knew you were going to say
Do
Greece.
not
That was a bad
do
one.
it.
That was horrible.
We booked with a reputable travel company. Still going today. Ads everywhere, whatever.
A mickety mess.
We're on our little transfer bus.
Oh God.
Pull up to the hotel. Hotel is closed. The hotel is closed. Okay, the hotel's closed. The transfer man then dumps us at, I don't even know what this is.
Basically on a corner of a Greek street, basically.
In the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
3 young black girls in Greece. In holiday season's not open. Hotels are closed. Not to take us to a functioning, working hotel that we maybe could sort something, or at least
leaves us in the street,
or at least back to the airport. He basically told us to get out and left us on the side of the street. We're just like, what the hell is going on?
Horrible.
Calling the company, whatever, going absolutely crazy or whatever, and we're not getting any resolution. So we managed to get this cab, and they bring us to this
not Airbnb. It's like more like a bread and bread.
Yeah, low rent or whatever.
Yeah,
so we're thinking, oh great, we got to suffice in this place, and that place had no one staying in it. But I remember it's like a father and son owned it, and they were nice or whatever.
Yeah, they seemed nice.
They seemed nice. So we were just like, okay, we're just gonna have to figure it out here. Remember, the man liked you. The son liked you. He tried to get something off the
like
tree,
me. He kissed me on the cheek and tried to give me something to eat. Child, it was very strange. Anyway,
mind you, while we're settling into this place, we were the only people there, and it wasn't small. It's not massive, but it definitely wasn't small. We're on the phone to the travel agents because obviously you think we're losing it, basically.
Losing our nuts.
Finally, they find us a new hotel, which is down the street. So we had to leave these people, although we let them keep the money because we felt bad or something like that.
Yeah, we felt bad. And it actually wasn't even that much money. It was very cheap.
It was very.
So we let them keep it.
It was awful. We get to this new place or whatever. It's nice, but let me tell you something. That holiday was boring.
It rained every day.
Let me tell you, it rained every day. It only included breakfast and I think maybe lunch or something.
It was breakfast and dinner.
Yeah, breakfast and dinner.
For ourselves.
Yeah, lunch had to fend for themselves.
There was hella cats.
They weren't even serving lunch. It was hella cats.
They had no facility to serve lunch. You had to go outside.
The door had problems opening and closing, and the only entertainment was the TV. 2 things were on: the Ebola crisis and the Oscar Pistorius trial. Round and round, circle, loop. So every day, all 3 of us cooped up in that room, listened to the Ebola, Oscar Pistorius while it rained outside. It was absolutely horrendous. It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. That to me was the worst holiday that I've been on.
I don't even remember us leaving that because it rained heavy the whole time. You couldn't even do anything. The hotel's facilities weren't even open completely because again we weren't in holiday season. So there was actually nothing. I was bored out of my freaking brain.
Do you know what it just reminded me as well? The spa in the hotel. So they give us free vouchers.
Oh,
for the spa.
LOL. Sorry.
They give us free vouchers for the spa. It has to be like a couple you do everything in. So me and April were the couple, and Anissa wasn't really feeling the spa or whatever.
I wasn't. I think I was on my period, so I was just not interested. Anyway.
They had us in this bubble bath. Absolutely nothing. They had us in a they had us.
LOL, I actually still have the pictures of you two in that bubble bath together, because they had to go in a couple's bubble bath. It was so funny. Anyway, good.
The massage was. Listen, let me tell you something. The massage was not what I expected to be. I'm not going to get into too much. Like, no, if there's anything too crazy, let me just clarify. Whatever. But like, you know, normally when you get a full body massage, the back massage is done. Okay, you turn over. And like they'll do your hands or whatever. I didn't expect them to like basically attempt to massage the chest area. And to me, this is not normal, but apparently this is something there or whatever. It just, to me, like, that holiday was just one thing after the next, after the next, after the next.
I've never had a full body massage, so I can't tell you if it was right or wrong, child.
No, from somebody who is a spa full body massage regular, I've never had a massage like that ever in my life, and not again. But that to me was like top worst holiday I've had.
Do you know what? Yeah, Greece was and
I haven't been back to Greece since
it was
because
so
of that.
boring. Well, to be fair, it was Crete specifically.
Oh yeah, do you know what? Actually, maybe it was Crete.
It was just BO to the RING, and then quickly best holiday. Not quickly, but best holiday. Well, the Cancun one you said.
Yeah, Cancun was my best holiday. Okay. The only I wouldn't say worst holiday or whatever is, but I loved going to Cyprus. The conditions, what I meant was not good, is because I'm a hotel babe. I like the hotel. I need someone to clean the room. I need continental breakfast in the morning. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to know that I can get up and go and get something to eat. I'm not a villa person. I'm not. And I know people love villa because they can do this and they do this and they do this. I'm not a do this person. I need hotel. I felt like I starved because of the villa circumstance.
Let me tell you guys, when if you want to talk about under duress, villa, and I'm not a villa person as well, and I was also, the pressures of the villa were really getting to me. But what I will say is the pressures of the villa were very much getting to Anna. And you was attitude essential in that holiday, getting involved in other people's arguments, which actually had nothing to do with
and that's not normally like
But I think you just were so just on edge that you saw people arguing, you started to get involved. And it was like, what the heck?
I was hungry.
And it was like, you just need to stay out of it like the rest of us are. But yeah, that was my first and only villa experience. And again, I'm with you. I think if I was doing a villa again, I'd have to do it like Real Housewives style, where there's actually a chef and like a concierge, someone there or whatever. Because it's not that the cleaning thing is actually, I don't really mind, because when I'm on holiday in the hotel,
I just need new towels all the time.
Yeah, when I'm on holiday in the hotel, I don't actually like them to clean the room during my stay. I like the fresh towels and stuff, but I'm not like, what the hell am I doing in the room that needs to be cleaned every day? Like, nothing's really wanting like that.
Right.
So I don't, whenever like I'm on holiday, I always put the thing on to say, like, you don't need to come clean the room. On the last day, you can clean the room, but only just give me the towels. That's the only thing I need. But the food, so that's why cleaning the villa is not an issue for me. The issue I have is the food. The food. I need to know that at a drop of a hat, I can get a ready-made hot meal. That's what it is. So that's why I can't do the villa unless I had like a chef, like if I was doing it.
Can't do villa. Can't do self-catering. It's not for me.
I'm not built for it, child.
And to me, it's like, even when we went to Atlanta, like for me, it was like every day getting up searching for food or Uber eating food or whatever. Like I don't like this. I want to be able to eat where I am.
Yeah, because I want to be able to like go downstairs, get something to eat, and then go upstairs and start my day. Like, do you get what I mean? I don't want to have to be like traipsing around the city to look for breakfast, then for lunch, then for dinner.
That ruins the holiday for me. So don't ever take me anywhere that I've got a self-cater, villa business, like blah, blah, blah. At minimum, I need breakfast. Let me have something to start my day. I'll figure out the rest. But if I do not have breakfast, I've lost it, I'm losing it, and I'm not going to be okay.
Fair.
Best and worst holidays. But I do love a holiday though.
I feel like obviously Greece again was horrific. I don't feel like this was a worse holiday, but there definitely was nothing to do in freaking Estepona.
Oh my god! I can't believe you forget everything that we do.
The thing is, you know what? Yeah, Estepona wasn't too bad. Apart from the day we went to be a tourist, and the actual tourist places they had was not touristed. So we got lost looking for these old castle ruins, which basically was like some random places. I ended up getting red lipstick all over my face,
like a bloody clown,
like a freaking clown.
And we've been, when I tell you everywhere, we're talking about eyes, nose, everywhere, from lipstick on her mouth,
like a freaking clown. But this was out being a tourist. So yeah, that was it. Apart from that, like, yeah,
I like Santa Susana. We have really been to some random places.
Cool.
So go.
Heck, random. Santa Susana was cool. Turkey was cool.
Turkey.
I've always enjoyed all the times we've gone back home to Jamaica, but obviously the time when we got caught in the hurricane and then had no electricity and water for 5 days, that was a freaking nightmare.
And then when we got the generator, it was nothing but rush hour and hairspray. Oh my god!
So that's why we know off by heart, like basically Rush Hour 3, Hairspray, and Finding Nemo, I believe. Because what happened was, after the hurricane, we ended up getting a generator, because we were obviously staying at our mum's house, got a generator, but the cable and stuff wasn't up, I guess, in the country, so you could only watch like DVDs that we had, basically. So this is obviously before streaming services, child, DVDs.
Oh god, and so bad.
We only had those 3 DVDs, and we would play them back to back to back all freaking day. That was like a nightmare, because having no water and no electricity in a tropical country, you will lose your nut.
Laying in the bed in the dark, there was nothing else to do,
because there was nothing else
for like 16 to 18 hours straight, because the whole island is down. Like that was awful.
That wasn't great. It still wasn't as bad as Greece.
Oh yeah, I was bored, but I felt like I still feel like Greece stopped it.
Yeah, Greece stopped it. But
that
was bad holidays.
That was painful.
Yeah,
in the dark. I just remember laying in the bed in the dark, trying not even getting out of the bed. It was
there was nothing to do. There was diddly squat, and there's only so much. Yeah, we made up.
Hey, look out for
that moving van driving down that street. You better lock up your man before he meets. I don't feel like we really made it up. I feel like we just took it from Hairspray and
we were traumatized from the hurricane.
We took it from Hairspray and we worked it. But yeah, that was that. I mean, talking about trauma. Sorry to segue like this. I think these two are always doing like the trauma Olympics, and I hate to say this, but I'm really tired of seeing them on my internet, because I have never known so much about people that I don't want to know about.
I hate it.
You already know who I'm saying. I'm talking about Blueface and Krishan.
How do you pronounce her name? I'm
Krishan. I think her name is Krishan.
I call her Chris for short.
I'm not even sure what she specifically does.
I think she's a rapper.
Is she? I thought she was on that remake of Bad Girls with Natalie Nunn.
Yeah, but I think she was a rapper, and Blueface signed her. That's how it started. She's meant to be a rapper.
Well, obviously, I know Blueface from Bust Down, Tatiana, but has he had any songs since
How is he still making money? It has to be from these internet shenanigans.
It's from these internet shenanigans. But for me, it's like the blogs only post you lot when you lot are up in One Piece or Ruckus and Passa, not for any alleged music. I don't even know if any music is actually even coming out. But the point is, I'm tired of seeing them arguing. It's confused to know if this person's ever hit this one, or if that one's ever hit that one. Twos are always missing
or something.
Then wasn't at one point his mum was getting involved and they were both fighting the mum,
and it's
just like it is a mess.com.
Do you know what I don't understand?
Bust Down Messiana.
I don't understand. Like
that was funny.
I'm sorry.
Don't appease me.
But I just, that relationship to me is so painful. I want the blogs to stop posting them.
God, please.
To see if they'll change their behaviour. I think a lot of it is like attention seeking. Now, I don't understand. Are you not together? Are you not together? He's having a second baby with the baby mother. Before Chris or whatever, him and the baby mother used to be out on the internet. Is this always antics and tactics? What happened to Blueface's Bad Girl's House? I never saw footage of that. What TV show was he trying to film and stream?
Maybe it was on Zeus. Maybe it was on Zeus.
And then now they got a new Zeus show coming out of them.
There you go.
Large for me is like are they doing this for promo? Like, but for me, I want both of them off the internet.
Well,
Where's Elon? How can we ban them?
Well, he's been arrested now for attempted murder.
Isn't he out?
Yeah, they got him out on bail.
I don't know, girl. I don't. Oh God, no.
Yeah, where is
Every time I see
I don't
them.
want to call on Elon's name because if he takes Twitter down, then I will really lose it.
Everyone keeps telling me Twitter's going to be gone in a few days. How? What proof? Who's given this memo?
I don't you know, because again, I only heard this on the Twitter, so I don't know what the dealio is.
Is it going down? Yes or no? And also, I think to myself, well, is it really going down? Why would he acquire this business, buy this business for X amount of money, to then take it down?
According to the tweets in the streets,
honey.
People were saying that he was trying to do it to take it down because of some of the elections and political stuff that's going on in America at the moment. And so apparently Twitter is the best way for people to drive political campaigns or some crap like that. Okay. And so he was trying to take Twitter down at the same time of the political campaigns. I don't know. None of it really made any sense. I don't understand what happens in the Americana, so I don't understand. But
if our Twitter stops working,
I don't know where I'm going.
Find us on any other social media site. But yeah, because Twitter is like where you go to like this like words. It's like talking. But
I saw like
pictures and videos.
Exactly. I saw people say, "Jesus, please take Instagram instead."
Which one would you prefer to be gone?
Oh, I just pressed my breast too hard. Sorry, hurt myself. I prefer Instagram to be gone.
Same.
The thing is, like, when people talk about like social media, I do enjoy social media, but tweeting is where my heart is at. Like, I love Twitter, and maybe I'm more into the words. I don't know. And on Twitter, you can obviously share videos and photos if you want to, but it's all about like, that's like where the jokes are. And although I call Twitter the land of the lawless, like, I like the lawless.
I agree with what you're saying. I feel like Twitter is like a community. I know for myself personally, like in the line of work that I've done, I've met some great people through Twitter. And
you've built a nice little community on Twitter.
Yeah, and I have also had a lot of opportunities like in my career from things that I'd like seen on Twitter. So like for me, it's like I said, like a community. Instagram can go, although I'm here for any sort of entertainment, child. Either way, so if our handle doesn't work anymore and Twitter's gone, then find us elsewhere on the Instagram.
No,
and stuff.
If Twitter got, honestly, I'll lose.
But there is a new website that people apparently tried to migrate to. It's like,
this is the black Twitter that people were talking about.
Oh no!
Okay, so
it's a website that begins with M, like Monster.
Oh no!
But apparently, it's crazy up on there, and it's very, very reckless. It's like the dark side of the internet, child.
Oh,
I don't know.
No,
that's what I saw the people on Twitter saying.
I was talking about. I think it's either called Blitter or something else. It was a social media that somebody made during pandemic. I was trying to get everybody to go to that social media.
Maybe this is their chance. They better rise up.
But do you know what's so funny?
Rise.
I saw somebody tweet that basically Issa needs to go wake up Lawrence to launch whatever that social media was that he was trying to launch Insecure, because we need it.
That's so funny. We do.
And I started laughing, but Insecure used to be my show. I completely forgot about it when somebody just said that. I was like, oh,
you know how I thought Insecure was slow, child. I couldn't understand.
It was a slow burner, but I reckon if you watched it all together, it was.
If it like gets on a streaming site and I can watch it all in one go, I think it'll be different. But honestly, season to season in the year space in the episode, painful, slow.
Well, it's come to that time of the. I was about to say time of the week, time of the show, and I believe Anna has it for us. So what's going on? What do you have for us?
Okay,
in your poor decisions of the week.
My poor decision is not something that I have done, but it was something that I was watching earlier. So for all my I'm a Celeb fans who are watching I'm a Celeb at the moment, you'll know that obviously there's been a lot of hoo-ha about Matt Hancock in there. Although,
is that how you actually say his name?
How someone would say Matt Hancock?
I thought that was what people used to like troll him on the internet.
No, his name's it's like Hancock.
Sorry.
Obviously, I completely understand why people are like upset with him. However, he has been pulling his weight. Like no Princess Diva stuff, nothing. Anyway, there was some challenge where everyone competed, and like if they won, they would each get like a color ball basically, and then Ant and Dec like put all the balls in like this like almost like them bingo wars basically,
yeah.
and picked out 3 people who would win a luxury surf and turf dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is all random by chance or whatever. Matt and 2 other people gets picked. So Matt gets to go to the surf and turf and enjoy whatever. The people at the camp, they haven't eaten properly in days. They've just had rice and beans. They're hungry. 3 others. So there's 8 of them left in the camp while the 3 others have gone for their lovely surf and turf. And so the 8 who are in the camp, 3 of the 8 need to go and do a challenge, and they end up winning 8 stars and being able to get enough portion food for all of them, because the day before the person only won 1 star, and so it was this one little raggedy piece of fish to serve 12. So everyone's excited that okay, they got 8 stars, that's going to be enough food for them. Anyway, the 3 come back from the surf and turf, and the food drops, you know, because it drops in I'm Celebrity or whatever, and it's enough food obviously to feed the 8 who haven't eaten. Those other 3, obviously they're not eat. To me, I'm like, well, you're not going to eat, because Matt had the shrimp, Matt had the steak, Matt had the sausage, like, like corn on the cob, the salad, everything really, really chowed down. So whatever food that's there, like these people haven't eaten properly in days. So those 8 people, like they got veg, they got the eel, they whatever. Anyway, as they're eating, like there's a few spare bits. Matt's like, oh, if nobody wants that veg, I don't mind having it. And then Owen is like in the cameo saying, you've just had this big surf and turf meal and you're talking about you want our veg. What a bloody cheek. And he was joking. But for me, I was like, nah, that's not a joke to me. That's greedy. Like, to me, that's a poor decision, because Matt, your belly's full, ram out. He had itis. They were laying on the beach bed chair or whatever, talking about, oh, they're so full. Jill Scott, not Ginny from Philly, talking about,
I hate every time I hear her name.
Listen, she's like, I've had 2 bacon sandwiches. Not bacon, sorry, 2 sausage sandwiches. This is what they're telling the people before they even get
Why would you even tell people this?
Exactly.
I'd keep it to myself.
And like, I just thought it's such a poor decision, because for me, a poor decision for you to ask what if there's any veg left. You had plenty of veg in your steak salad and all the other things that you were having at the surf and turf. Whatever scraps are left, let them divvy up between these 8 people, because you lot had more than enough food where you lot were. Let these people eat. Like, it was a very poor decision, and I felt like Matt's been on a good run, and I know some people might have not taken it as I've taken it, but I thought that was a poor decision, as well as Jill and you know, Coronation Street, you know who used to play Jason's mum?
Sue.
Yeah, her as well. Her, Jill and Matt, when they come back to the camp, they had made an agreement that they were going to be like, oh yeah, we're not going to rub it in their faces.
Yeah,
of course. And so when they came back to tell everybody what happened, they wanted to know that, oh, how many stars the people got. But they were like, oh, no, I'm not going to tell you. You tell us your news first. And so I'm thinking they're going to play coy, because these people haven't eaten. Plus, you have to remember, whatever food they do get is like random meat.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to be coy. No. We had this walnut salad, we had egg thing, we had the corn on the cob, the shrimp, this.
See, this
the
one,
that.
people have no common sense.
This is awful of you. So that is my
Awful.
poor decision of the week. When people are hungry, don't rub it in their face, and
Do
please
not, child.
do not be greedy.
Don't do it.
Don't be greedy.
And it's such it's such a shame, because like, I mean, and people could interpret that so far out of Matt's character. Well, he was greedy in the jungle, just like he was greedy by having an affair. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be related to so many things.
Because not saying that, like I said again, I understand everything that Matt's done. However, this show, not like however to defend his character, but saying, however, this show, like he said, he was going to go in to show that he's more relatable and whatever. Although people still give him a bit of stick or whatever and blah, blah, blah. Every challenge he's done, he's won food for the he's like really pulled his weight.
And that's exactly what I told you.
You're trying to clean up your image. I don't like this.
But I told you exactly that. But the campmates are going to not be firm with him all the way to the line anymore, because this is your campmate. So yeah, it was a great PR tactic from him. But it's a PR tactic.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for your poor decisions of the week.
You are welcome.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode. Make sure you subscribe to us if you are watching on YouTube. Follow us if you are listening on Spotify, and make sure you click the notification bell on both things so that you know when we drop an episode, versus visual and sound. And you can also follow us on social media. Where can they find us, Anna?
You can find me at Alicia Teachers on Twitter.
If it's still around.
Oh gosh, yes. Well, otherwise you can find me at Alicia Loves Food on Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at Anissa Grams, on Twitter at Anissa Tweeted. But follow all the show's socials at Poor Decisions Show on Instagram and TikTok, at Poor Decisions UK on Twitter, and Poor Decisions Show on the YouTube.
I realized we don't ever tell them that this is the day that we drop, so we should like let them know. Hello, guys, it's always a Tuesday.
We said it in the first episode.
Did we?
Yeah, we let them know, saying that we're gonna drop this every single Tuesday.
Yeah, but I thought it was a reminder. You can catch us back on a Tuesday.
Okay. Well, okay, that was enough.
Goodbye.